Yeah, pretty good. Oh, the sun's shining, sort of. Looks like you get a lot of waves.
I do, absolutely. Yes, it's become a fairly constant thing.
All right.
What they must be thinking. What is going on here? The first half an hour tends to go a bit slow. It's mainly teachers and you get a few early kids. Other than that, you can watch them put a new roof on.
Yeah, there's a bit going on there, isn't there?
It's a beautiful house.
Yeah, and it must be, you'd think it'd be a heritage list or it'd be
I believe it is. So somebody was saying the other day that it's heritage list.
Or something.
Yeah, I have a lady comes by and she'll sort of stand with me for about 10 minutes having a bit of a mag.
Yeah.
In the afternoons, and she said, I used to go to the doctor at that place.
Yeah.
So some history there.
Oh, totally.
It's funny, when these fences were put up, I thought, so I walked over to the guy and I said, not going to knock it down, are they? He says, yeah. He said, they're going to put up a McDonald's drive-through. I said, oh, okay. Fair enough. But,
good spot for it.
Yeah.
The kids will just feed straight in. Your job will be busier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good morning. There was one particular guy, he didn't like the rules. He'd park out right out front in the no stopping, and then he'd park over here, and I'd have to talk to him, and he'd just sort of roll his eyes and drive off, you know, some strange people. But the rest of them are fine.
How do you go with that? Like,
well, all you can do is say to them, look, you have to move.
Yeah.
And if they don't move, I can't really do much about it.
No.
But if you just keep your cool.
Yeah.
I've had some people go off at me. You said, okay, all right. You just walk away. You can't do anything else. You don't want to inflame it. But the worst ones I've found are the young tradies with the trailers on the back.
Mm.
They're coming through, and you've got a nice long empty spot there for the buses, of course, and they pull in. I've got a trailer, I'll pull in. And you try and move, and then they abuse you and then take off.
Yeah.
But anyway, the main thing is you just keep your cool. And if they start to get a bit aggressive, just turn your back, walk away. We got some jaywalkers.
Oh. Look out. Could you tell me a bit about your history? Like where did you grow up?
I was born in Broken Hill.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's backtrack.
Yeah.
Born in Sydney. Then we left when I was very young. We ended up in Broken Hill, and I left there when I was 16. Took a job with what was PMG in those days, which was Telstra.
Yep.
Went down, did some training in Goulburn, then went to Sydney. Spent most of my life in Sydney, and I was moved 30 years with Telstra.
Yep.
And then I became a building manager with a real estate looking after the multi-storey buildings in the city until I retired. So then when I retired, my daughter said, well, why don't we sell our house and you sell your house and we'll all come up north, because they were always coming up here.
Okay.
And we bought a property, and that was it.
And did you holiday in Bangalow? Like, how did up here sort of work?
They love Byron Bay. Everybody loves Byron Bay.
Yeah.
Like that was their thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, what am I doing with my life? All right, well, let's do that. I'll come up with them as well.
Okay.
And so we're all sort of living, we've got our own houses, but we're living on the same property.
Yeah.
And one day I was sort of talking to my daughter, and she said, Dad, you need to get something to do rather than just doing what you're doing around here.
Well, what were you doing in retirement at that stage? What's your interest?
Bike riding.
Oh, okay.
Riding a bike, yeah.
Bit dangerous around this place.
Yeah, I have to go and find us somewhere.
Yeah.
I used to go to drive to Ballina.
Yep.
And there's some good trails around that way.
Yep.
And Brunswick Heads, up around that way. And I wouldn't ride on these roads. No way in the world.
No. And so mountain biking or
mountain
road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mountain biking.
Okay. Yeah.
But that was all right. But then she said, "Why don't you get a job?" She put me in for helping out at the local hall and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just volunteering and all that sort of stuff. And then she wouldn't leave me alone. She said, "You got to do something." She said, "There's a job as a school crossing supervisor. Why don't you go for that?" Interesting. Never would have thought of it. You know? And so I went to the job, got it, and I've been here since March last year.
Okay.
And I have to say, it has to be the best job of the lot. Yeah. Most rewarding.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Morning.
He does a good job.
He does.
I wouldn't have thought of doing it, but my daughter's always pushing me to do something.
So have you got any grandchildren?
I do. I've got 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what ages are they?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
My oldest granddaughter, she's just turned 20.
Yep.
And my grandson has just turned 16. And then I've got my little 9-year-old granddaughter.
Okay.
So she's my mate.
And you get a bit of time to spend. They live on the property with you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so, and my little 9-year-old says, "Oh, I just love you living with us." She says, "I don't only have to walk out the door and come down to your house."
Yeah.
You know, I said, "Hey, you too." When I was young, I had my mother and my grandmother, as well as my father, of course.
Yeah.
But father was a different sort of person. You know, he was sort of, you know.
Yeah.
But I grew up basically with my mother and my grandmother. So they were my influences.
Okay.
You know. And
Yeah.
that was just great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, here's our first customer, is it?
Actually, this is a dad
Oh, yeah.
dropping his kid off at school. Can you believe it?
Oh, that's his daily.
Yeah, that's his daily ride to work, to school.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it is good. Excellent. But what a limo. I get the gate for you, okay?
Perfect.
We need to know Warwick.
You do need to know Warwick.
I know.
He's a gem.
Yeah.
He's a hero.
I pay the same.
What do we do without him?
Well, I drive past it with Bindi and go into the showgrounds. He's
Yeah.
waving to me most days when
Yeah.
he sees me, and I just think, that's wonderful.
He's wonderful.
Makes me feel seen,
It does.
you know?
He makes me feel seen every morning as well. And valued,
Yeah.
appreciated,
No.
and not like a pancake. Crushed.
True.
See you later.
All right.
Hey, good to
See
see
you,
you.
Nick.
Tessa.
Yeah, good to see you, mate.
I have to turn you something.
Pardon?
Thank you, upside down.
And you keep me organised.
There you go.
That's great.
That is really funny. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, darling. See you, mate. Well, the only reason that we come up here is because we combined our
Yeah.
finances.
Yeah.
And we're able to look around until we found something that we could afford. And it had got my daughter and her family to where they wanted to be.
Yeah.
So always coming up here.
That's a wonderful thing to do, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, to get onto that page.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, even for you to leave Sydney,
Yeah.
that's a big move. You had a broken tribe a little bit. Did you have a lot of acquaintances or friends that you
There was a few, but
questioned it? Or?
I was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready to get out of the city.
Okay.
I'd been there long enough, 22 years, so thought, no, it's enough. I got to get out there. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. Morning. Good morning.
Pedestrian crossing is not clearly marked. It was
Yeah.
nearly causing accidents and kids were going to get hurt. If it wasn't for him, we would have had a serious accident by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is great. He's there every day, doing his job, so polite with the kids. Look at him, fist bumping all the kids.
Yeah. What was it like before him? Was there anyone?
Chaos.
Yeah.
Kids were nearly getting run over every day and we had to watch it. See the trucks just go flying through here. They pay no attention to the children crossing sign at all.
No.
And cars were always parked in here, so we'd have to double park and bank up the traffic.
Ah.
Warwick, right, he comes down and he gets rid of all the traffic for us.
Yeah.
Saves me tooting the air horn and saves me having to do laps to come pick up the kids. If it wasn't for him, there would have been a serious accident by now.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's
he's
great.
definitely our local legend.
And what are you known as? Is it just, was it Warwick, or have you got many names? Or?
I've got many names, and the sweetest thing is these little 5-year-olds look up and say, "Hello, Warwick." See, their mothers have told them what my name is,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the other ones say, "Hello, Lollipop man," and it's just great. You know? They can call me what they like, but you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just got somebody coming across here.
People sharing stories.